Hey adventurers, welcome to the crew. I'm Sealer Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we finished up our temples in Old Song and the side quest for Brath as well. And we're now headed up through Old Song's Pass to Northweald and eventually onwards to the Temple of Hylea to get the blessing of the last god. Apparently our library's finished, so we can start building this botanical garden, which is the only thing we haven't finished as far as the stronghold goes. Yep, alright.
The figurine. It's glowing.
Oh, that's right. Scotty's soul person. Where was he supposed to be? A forest. Right. Well, I guess I found it. Okay, we've just got a split in the path. The tracks and bloodstains continue further east. I didn't see any initial tracks and bloodstains. Okay. Well, maybe the deer is that way. Oh, here's some. Here's a wolf. Or three. And a corpse. Okay, let's just hurl out a couple of these. I don't think these guys are going to be very tough.
Stand together.
Always a lag spike on the first fight of the day. Don't know why.
That's it.
There we go. Tracks, long and shallow, head east. They're speckled with blood. Arrows, crude and fletched with bright feathers, protrude from the corpse. Oh, interesting. A human killed this guy. The wolves were just scavenging. I can't loot the body because it's a quest item. Useless. Okay, alright, a bunch of copper. The inscriptions on this altar, almost unreadable under a layer of thick moss, pay homage to Hylea. Interesting. This isn't her actual temple, clearly. It's just a approach to it. Don't think I can get up there, so this way we go. Okay, here's a stream. Although it's crossable at any point, but we'll stay on this side for simplicity. The spear, broken in half, has ornate Glanfathan edgings along the two halves of its shaft. The wet wood shows dents stained green with moss, probably from impacts against the river's rocks. Okay. Alright, that goes up. We'll hold off on that. So it's over here.
I'm here.
Further east. This leather pack, its belongings washes down the current of the river. Gleams like a wet rock. Okay, found a swamp lurker. And a bunch of range lights. On that one. No idea why it does that sometimes. Alright, let's toss out a couple of fireballs. Do they work against these? Well, they're not immune to fire, at least, so probably it's fine. Maybe Loth could try using, a bit of that. Okay, they were immune to that. Apparently. Well, let's just hurl out some of these. think they're all that purple. No, they're not. Okay. Cleared that out. What level are we? 12. Is that the top level of the original game? I think maybe it is. That's probably why we're over leveled for everything. This boot lies half buried in mud on the riverbank as if it had been flushed from upstream.
I'd be glad to.
There's a lot of stuff flowing down the river. Not 100% sure from what, but I feel like we'll find the source of it upriver. What's all that dead stuff over there about?
Hey,
I didn't kill all that.
I'm here.
Did those boars run into the forest lurker naturally? Well, here's more boars, but... Okay. Let's see what's on this side of the river then. Oh, hello, Gwyneth. Gwyneth hides in the tall underbrush. Twigs poke out of her hair. Chunks of dried mud cling waist-high to her leather leggings. Quiet. Keep low. Take a look. She points up to the ridge. My friends are up there, over the lip of the hill. There were signs of battle. Oh, that was your camp over there where the guy was full of arrows. There were signs of battle at the camp. Gwyneth nods, her lower lip crushed beneath her teeth. I wasn't fast enough. Pox-ridden fangs. McGraw burned them all. What's going on? The fangs must have caught the scent and rushed the group. She begins to run her gloved fingers over her hair and stops. The pressure snaps one of the twigs stuck on her black curls. Some of my friends are still alive, but the fangs have them surrounded. The expedition, Gwyneth brings her hand back to the pommel of her S-dog, or what remains of it, is taking cover in some ruins above these cliffs. The fangs must be toying with them or letting them starve a bit before the next attack. We need to act or they're as good as dead. How'd the fangs get here? Gwyneth looks down to her feet, shaking her head slowly. I cut a decoy path, set false campfires, dusted over every footprint I could find. It didn't slow me much. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Gwyneth nods. Maybe you can find a way around the fangs. There's gotta be another way up to that ridge. She wipes away the sweat from her brow, her glove leaving behind a dirty smudge. You aren't dressed like my men. Perhaps you could try talking to the fangs. They might not think you're with us. She grabs your hand, squeezing it. Please help. I already have enough friends to bury. Gwyneth releases your hand and crouches down into the vegetation, blending back into the brush. Okay, I do want to help, but I don't know that I can necessarily do so at the expense of, like, killing all the fangs. Hell, they might be, like, I'm pretty sure they told me that they were only going after deer wooden artifacts from the war, but they might be lying about that too, you know? They might very easily be lying about that. We've kind of explored this bank, but I don't know that we really fully have. Let me check this side of the bank before we go up anywhere. Okay. I mean, we killed a couple of things over here, but I didn't really look at it. Right. Oh.
I tried to pet a
Found a
starboard
waterfall.
once. Similar outcome.
No. Rough, Vader, rough. Beneath the raging waterfall, the corpse of an elven Glanfathan hunter lies shattered against the rocks. Broken bones protrude through its skin, but you also notice deep parallel cuts in the rotting flesh. The slashes trace almost every part of the body as if it had been ravaged by a dozen blades. This man probably died before his fall from the cliffs above. You touch the dead elf's forehead, droplets of water glistening down its purple surface, and feel a sudden jolt from the hunter's lingering essence. The world around you fades away. You're walking among the undergrowth brush without making a sound. Moonlight catches sight of your arms, shining them pale, but you quickly dart again into the shadows of the giant trees of the Northweald. Your blood brother is not so deft as you expected. Look at him, frail, unaware. He doesn't deserve to share the glory of this hunt. It's been countless seasons since a Stelgar like this one, twice the size of its lesser kin, has roamed the forests near Twin Elms. Arthur fell for the trick. You almost feel pity for him, but you've convinced yourself that he'd only get in the way once the killing begins. He'll be safer by the river, expecting that we'll flank the Stelgar when it comes out to drink. But this kill will be only yours. The Stelgar's larger than you imagined. It stands without fear atop the waterfall's ridge, its silhouette cutting a monstrous hole against the mantle of the night sky. A beast of legend. A true hunter. Your hand tightens around the shaft of your father's spear. The weight feels balanced just right as you prepare the throw. You put everything into it. The spear flies true and hits its mark. The Stelgar didn't even hear a sound. Its blood spills bright on the rocks, yet it stands, unfazed. The beast pounces. Moonlight shines over its great fangs. Your hands draw your blades, and without a second thought, as you lunge forward to meet this monster. It's fast. It's ripping your flesh apart. You stab at the darkness, engulfing you deep, again and again, but there's no slowing its embrace. Okay, so this poor fool basically intentionally tried to solo the Stelgar for the sake of glory and got absolutely ripped to pieces. Well, I still feel a little bad, but, you know, it's probably what happens. I don't know what the one that comes up there sometimes is. Okay, that's almost at the top of the map. I guess let's go up this way. I'm guessing this is where the, Quinith's issue is, but we'll find out. Oh, yes, hello, Fangs.
Tread carefully, Estramor.
An elven woman stands beside a stag, petting the great beast on its neck. As you approach, the animal jerks its head in your direction and rears up. Stillness, the woman orders the stag, pulling on the skin of the stag's neck until it ceases to buck. Easy now. No need to fight. Yet. She turns to face you. One ear is missing its top half, and many battle scars raise her otherwise smooth skin. More foreigners. More unclean feet trampling on our lands. More blood to feed the trees. She shakes her head. You should not be, Estramor. Her hand moves to one of several blades strapped to her hips. If you're here in our lands, it's either to steal from us or to aid those who would. She gestures to the north, at the ruins of Ongwith buildings protruding from the underbrush. Dear wooden mercenaries. Looters. Can you hear their panicked whispers? Leave this place at once, or we'll kill you when we finish these Estramoran. I happen to be a good friend of Argonfath. She holds her gaze on you. The great stag stomps its front hooves on the ground and turns to its master. You speak the truth, foreigner. If you're indeed a friend, you would respect our lands and not defile our sacred soil with your trespass. The woman clenches her jaw. Its muscles quiver under the pressure until suddenly, calm returns to her expression. If you have no bonds of kin or kith with the looters, I'll give you a chance to prove it. She draws one of her swords into the swift arching motion, points to the ruins beyond. The invaders must be purged from our lands. Prove your worth, then we'll believe your words. Tell me about them. Raiders, looters, same as all the other deer-wooden thieves that pillage our lands. The woman touches the oblique stub where half her ear used to be. We tracked the deer-woodens from their first step beyond the great river and waited for them to err. They always do. We claimed half their pack in our first assault. The cowards that ran now huddle to the north. When the wind turns, you will smell their fear. Why don't you do it yourself? The woman runs a finger along her lower lip, looking at you through narrow eyes. I gave you an order. Accept it like a grown hunter, or refuse it like a meowing child. But do not question my will. What if they surrender? I think I know the answer to this one. Softness such as yours will not bring them to heel. Their greed knows no bounds. Their memory honors no history. What use have we of prisoners? What example do we set to others by letting them live? She shakes her head. Why would we forgive again? Oh good, I actually have enough reputation with the Fangs to maybe do something here. I've been a friend to Twin Elms and the tribes. If my word has any weight, I'll assure you these foreigners will not return. The woman gazes north, her mouth a twisted scowl as she ponders your words. The great stag nudges her shoulder, and she reaches up to scratch the animal's chin. Blood was spilled, and life sprouts from a soaked ground. She looks at you with a cold glare, mutters a curse under her breath, and sheathes her blade. We will let the raiders return headless. Their leader must pay for the crimes. Only then may the rest go free. She waves her hand northward. Go. Deliver my message before I see the folly in this decision. Do you want me to kill the leader? We wish their leader to be an example to others. Sever his head, his freedom, or his family. Whichever will best warn others not to trespass onto our lands. You know what? That's probably the best I'm gonna get. I think, look, if I take a side, then a lot of people are gonna die. At some point, their leader is just gonna have to admit they've done some dumb shit here and die. For the sake of not having to kill a whole bunch of other people. Hello, Captain Hesmar. Stop! Friend or foe? The man in blood-soaked armor points his blade at you as his wounded and weary comrades flock into position behind him. The trickle of blood runs from a cut on his brow down to his neck, staining a locket worn on a gold chain. You're not Glonfathan. He tightens the grip on the sword's handle. By Magron, friend or foe, I said. Calm down, I'm a friend, buddy, mostly. Sword still pointing at you. The man gives a sideways glance to his companions and nods. The mercenaries lower their weapons. By the flame, the hero of Defiance Bay. A rare and welcome sight, friends this far from home. He lets the weight of his sword lower his arm. He gives a concerned look to his mercenary company. Look at us, hiding in the rocks, holding in our guts. He points south. The fangs. They've bloodied us, and now we're trapped. Yeah, Quineth sent me. What happened? Resourceful girl. The captain huffs a chuckle before returning to his humorless frown. We assumed the Glonfathans killed her before coming upon us. I'm relieved she's alive. Doubly relieved she brought help. He rests his sword, still caked with blood, across his shoulders. The tribesmen ambushed us just as we made camp. The fight was a lopsided slaughter. Esmar stares at his feet as he finishes his thought. In the melee, someone tripped through the campfire. We were lucky in that regard. The stench of burning flesh and the choking smoke obscured the scene, and a few of us managed to withdraw. We ran to these ruins to regroup, but now we're trapped. The face painters are just south of our position. They have us cornered. No doubt they're happy to let us starve while they rest and rebuild their strength before attacking anew. His left hand idly toys with a locket worn around his neck. Seems this is where we'll be making our last stand, he mutters as he clenches the gold ornament. Well, if the hunters are to the south, can you flee north? We could run that way, maybe evade the Glonfathans if we're quick. But the captain looks over his shoulder and shakes his head. We've spotted a pack of Stelgars up there. Given the options, I'd rather some face painter kill me right quick than die slowly, bite by bite, to a feral cat. He glances northward. If I didn't know better, I'd wager those beasts are working with the tribesmen. But I'm sure they're just here following their stomachs. Just look at us, limping on our injuries and covered in blood. We must smell like a butcher's shop. At least you didn't lose your locket. Focusing on the positive, he asks with a laugh as he flips the locket between his calloused fingers. This is for my son, for when he's old enough to be trusted with such things. Born a few months ago, not hollow. Hylea be praised. Told my beloved the child would want for nothing. He looks her in the eye with an embarrassed smile. Probably should have also promised her I wouldn't throw my life away treasure hunting in our Glonfath. Here's hoping the boy gets his smarts from his mother's side of the family. If I tell him I can help him out of here alive, does that imply that I'm going to help kill the Fangs? Ismar's face turns flushed, and you see the hint of a smile come across his face. We'll take any help we can get. We're pinned between the Stelgars to the north and the Fangs to the south. If you can scatter either group, that'll clear an escape route for us. He turns to address his soldiers. Gents, gather up your gear and lace up your boots. Looks like we have a chance at going home. He hoists his backpack over his shoulder. When a path is clear, north or south, give us word and we'll beat a hasty retreat back to the Deerwood. Okay, this Stelgar thing sounds like a promising third option, actually. Do we think that that will work, or do we think that that it's just asking to get caught again? Let me check, because I don't want to do anything that will Let's see here. Okay, so alright, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. I think it's alright to go this way. We just need to avoid returning to the Fangs by accident. There's the Stelgar. Holy cow. Bunch of them. Yeah, let's go ahead and just throw out a fireball at them. Loth, maybe you do one of these, because I don't think they're real. They're not. Also, I'm getting eaten by a Stelgar, which I don't appreciate too much.
I'm here. That's my friend. Yes.
I feel like a lot of us are not actually engaging right now.
Yes. Yes. Stand.
Dead on!
Okay. And some hardened mercenaries.
Certainly.
Well, Stelgar problem is cleared. Oh, wait, there's another one over here. There's a lot more of them over here. My bad. Stelgar problem is not cleared.
That would be true.
Okay, dealt with. Oh, wait,
I'm
went
here.
down over there. Oops. Now the Stelgar problem is cleared, I think. Is this where the guys were fighting the really big Hey, it's the really big Stelgar, but it's dead. Good job, hunters. Sentinel Ridge, huh? Alright, let's see what this says. Over a ground hardened by dry blood and stomped leaves, the corpse of a giant Stelgar crawls with flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. You touch the dead Stelgar's flank. A cloud of flies stirs into the air, and suddenly you feel the creature's remaining essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. Rocks shelter the young, full bellies. You turn away and look beyond the trees. The moon breaks over their swaying canopy. A scent in the air stirs a tingling in your mouth. You slide into the shadows, the taste of hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones by the water that falls. Prey down below, two-legged, hair like dry grass. It moves near the water that flows. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter, weak hunter, prey. Closer, prey. Bright moon, prey. Into the dark. Pain. Pain on your side. A sharp stick pokes out of your flank. You roar and shake it. It snaps, breaking on the stones. Wet stones, your blood. Leaves rustle, you look. Another two-legged, another hunter. Thick legs, silent steps, stripped face. Strong hunter. Enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck. It moves fast. Your claws find flesh, ripping it deep, ripping it down. Wet leaves. Two-legged blood. It howls. It fights back. Long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain. Sharp pain. You strike, it strikes. Hot blood on your claws. Hot cuts on your chest. The world goes red. Your strength fails. You can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down. Wet ground, our blood. Sharp stick above its head. Bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. Interesting. So the hunter and the thing actually killed the Stelgar killed each other, essentially. Interesting. Okay, let's return and tell these guys they can get out of here. I think this is probably the least bloodshed. I don't think the Fangs will like it, but I think this avoids the most bloodshed.
Well met, friend.
Yep, I've cleared the northern woods. The Stelgars won't trouble you. Ismark blinks and arches his eyebrows in surprise. All of them? The creases around his eyes deepen as his smile grows. The mercenary captain turns to his company. Hear that, boys? Looks like we got a way out. Get to it. They cheer, their voices kindled with purpose, and spring into march. Ismar raises his fist and shakes it. The locket dances as if jerked into life. The captain nods and gives you one last look before joining his companions. Yeah, the Fangs are obviously going to be pissed, but it's better than anyone dying. I don't really fundamentally believe that the penalty for looting should be death, so I'm not particularly with the Glonfothans on that one. Okay, that looks like it goes further up. No, it's dead end, okay. Okay, this is going to be the same area that goes up to, which is fine. Oh, what's this? Oh, hello. Nice stag. You come upon a clearing and see a group of Glonfothans standing in a circle. Skani glances from the Adra statuette to the hunters, looking for a connection. Meanwhile, the hunters turn and notice you. Their bows are drawn. Ooh, take it easy, guys. We're just looking for somebody.
What business does an Estramor have with the Fangs?
Why are you all Fangs? They step aside and turn to you, and as they do, you see something on the ground behind them. Lying amidst the ferns is a white stag. Dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble with quick, shallow breaths. You feel a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar. Before you can speak, something thumps to the ground. You look down and see the Adra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Auric's shadow.
Skani draws up beside you, her wide eyes fixed on the dying stag. Damn, the stag has Persok's soul, doesn't it?
Ah, it must be.
One of the hunters takes a step forward, and Sagani raises her bow, an arrow nocked. Whoa, 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 Sagani.
Any closer, and you'll bleed out next to him.
Her voice is low and tremulous.
I never thought
She
I'd
watches.
prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
Well, if you're gonna do this, you gotta hurry, Sagani.
I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Well. Tell him about his family. She kneels by the fallen stag. Placing her hand on its head, she begins speaking. She tells Persok of the families his own children have raised, of his sons and daughters who have become respected elders in their own right. She describes the hunts his granddaughters have led, the homes his grandsons have built, and the dozen great-grandchildren between the lot of them. The stag takes a final shuddering breath and falls still.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get to work before the meat spoils.
Shut up, buddy.
Have you no respect? A great soul inhabited this body.
She takes the lusterless Adra figurine.
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
They're not worth our time, Sagani.
I won't take long.
Uh-oh.
Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Audra.
She slanders the builders.
Boy, am I just gonna keep pulling on this reputation? This doesn't seem to... So, are we so quick to forgive all I've done for the
Very
Fangs?
well. We leave you in peace then.
Boy, I'm glad I did those quests back in Old Song first. Because that saved me at least 2 fights already. These Fangs are a very touchy lot. There's a cave here. I don't know what's in there, but I guess we'll find out in a second. Found an Adra beetle. I wonder if that's not the way out. I feel like it might be. Let's explore down here first. Oh, actually up here first. Okay, nothing up here really. Okay, then let's explore down here. Nothing of significance there. Over to here. Okay, I got a level up. Alright, yep, this is where we would climb up. If we'd gone the other way. Nothing important there either. Oh, found some bears. They were not very tough. Ooh. Oh, poor bastards. Yep, bear pelts. Lovely scenery. Nice antelope. Actually, these trees were a little bit charred, huh? Oh, in fact, now I'm noticing the trees on this side are charred and the trees on this side aren't. That's interesting. The river made a natural forest fire line or something. Oh, hang on. And an extra people. Oh, well, that one's dead. Okay. So I'm thinking fireballs and such probably won't do much, but let's just throw some of these out.
I'm here. That's for my friends.
Alright, let's give him a little blast of... Actually, let's wipe out the Atrigan, because I think that's the dangerous enemy here. Didn't kill it. Magic missiles.
Breathe.
There we are. And now I will maybe just cast this. Yes, it'll kill all of our allies. Didn't even actually kill them. Scotty, you might want to heal you to mock, though.
I'm here.
Alright. Wasn't so bad. Someone injured the antelope in the process, but that's okay.
Certainly.
Bow, scroll, 500 copper. Potion of endurance, 600 copper. The clouds above the cliffs of the Northweald reflect on the iridescent surface of this pillar of Adra. Alright, what's this then? A winding stair hugs the cliffside, providing an impressive view as you work your way higher and higher. Not too far along the path, however, you find your progress interrupted. A large boulder appears to have fallen onto the road from somewhere up above, and it now sits squarely in your way. The boulder is nearly flush with the cliff face, preventing you from passing by on that side. Along the edge of the cliff, however, there's a narrow space just wide enough to follow across to the other side. The boulder's landing is crushed the steps beneath it, however. I don't suppose anyone could push it out of the way? Hey, Ader! Ader heaves at the boulder, and after a few difficult moments, it starts sliding and rolling haltingly across the cracked steps, then plunges over the side and away. Ooh. You hear the echoing clatter of the rocks tumbling down the side of the cliff. The sound seems to stir something overhead. A shadow crosses the path, quick as lightning, and vanishes before you can catch a glimpse of what has cast it. But you do see the rapidly growing silhouettes of several more rocks flung down at you from above. Whoops. Scrambling to action, the party ducks under a small rocky protrusion along the cliff face. Skani stumbles and is left just short of shelter. A sudden hailstorm of fist-sized rocks and scattered debris rains down upon them. Battered and bruised, Skani leaps the final distance to safety. After a short while, the thundering rumble of falling stones fades away. Your ordeal past, you continue your climb, and the rest of the journey proceeds without incident. At last you find yourself at the base of a final twisting set of steps, above which you can see the towering pillars of Hylea's nest. Oh, whoops. I didn't actually mean to come up here. Okay, found the Temple of Hylea. Going back downstairs so that I can loot that cave first. I was thinking that might be the way forward, but oh, good. I'll check that in a second. Alright, let's see what's in the cave. Caves have tended to be pretty damn dangerous throughout the game, so proceed with caution. Found a forest lurker and a pugra. Or 3 forest lurkers and a pugra. First pugra first. That might be a magic user. Fire, I think, works very well on these. Let's go for that. Maybe just an old-fashioned wall of flame.
Lava room. I'm here. Stand.
Okay, we are now standing in the wall of flame, which is less than ideal.
What's your fire?
Still one, though.
Certainly.
More forest lurkers and an earthblight. And a min pugra, which sounds worse than a normal pugra. Maybe let's just break out some chain lightning real quick. That was pretty damn effective. Loth, you want to, what's this one do? Oh, this petrifies everything, that's right. Maybe we just go ahead and take out the min. Right, that's gone. Okay then, just fireball them. Right, cleared out. Blight, lurker, cave
At once.
coral, corpse with a club, some stalking boots, some opals, 500 copper. Okay, I think that's it. Nothing too exceptional.
Not a sound.
No hidden anything around. Alright, not that we can detect. So let's get out of here. Okay, up to the Temple of Hylea then. Got a dragon to deal with. Thanks for watching, adventurers. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, adventurers. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.